Okay, 2013 paper 2, question 5. The solid cylinder has a radius of 10 millimeters and a height of 45 millimeters. I just thought 45 millimeters, it's easy for me to see 4.5 centimeters when I'm looking at my ruler. Draw a sketch of the net of the surface of the cylinder and write its dimensions on the sketch. And we have to get all of the dimensions. So a cylinder is just basically a rectangle rolled over and a disc on the top and the disc on the bottom. So let's see how we draw it. Okay, so I know the height of it is 4.5 or 45 millimeters. So imagine that rolled over and that's the top and that's the bottom. So I get my ruler and I very accurately, because you will be marked on how accurate it is, mark in 45 I should say, millimeters. Now the thing is, I don't know what the length of it is, but I do know that the two discs on top have a radius of 10 millimeters. And if I was to wrap this rectangular bit around the disc here, the distance from here all the way around to here would be the same as the distance from here to here. Can you picture that? Wrapped around it perfectly. So we know the radius is 10 millimeters. So let's have a little look. I know from looking at a circle that the circumference of a circle, the length, is the distance from here to here. I know the radius in this circle is 10 millimeters, so I now can find this distance here by using the length here. L is equal to 2 pi r. So my length, L, is equal to 2 pi r, which is equal to 2 pi by 10, and multiply it out and change the SD button to get it into decimal form, and we've got 62.831. Well, I'm going to turn that into 63 millimeters, so that's 63 millimeters there. And then to complete the question, to make sure you write all the dimensions, put in your disc here and have 10 millimeters, which is just 1 centimeter. Now, if you were doing it properly, I just didn't have my construction set, you should have 1 centimeter there. That's not very accurate on that one. That one's slightly better. Okay, the second part then, part B, looks at, bear with me, looks at the volume of the cylinder, ask you to calculate the volume of the cylinder and give your answer in terms of pi. So when they say in terms of pi, it means they want you to leave pi as pi in your answer. So I know the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h from the formula tables. Therefore, it's pi. Well, the radius of that cylinder is still 10. So that's 10 squared. And my height is 45. That's already given. Work that out, but leave pi as pi. We got 4,500 pi. Don't forget your units, millimeters cubed. Now, a sphere has the same volume as the cylinder. So if the cylinder has a volume of 4,500 pi, this sphere has the same volume, 4,500 pi. So the volume of a sphere is 4 all over 3 pi r cubed. A sphere has the same volume as the cylinder. Find the surface area of the sphere. Give your answer in terms of pi. Okay, to find the surface area of a sphere, we have to use the area. And your area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. And the only way I can work that out is if I figure out what r is. And I don't know what r is for the sphere. So we need to figure out what r is. So we know the volume, 4 all over 3 pi r cubed, is the same as the volume for a cylinder, which is 4,500 pi. So we get them to equal each other. And again, this is what I'm looking for. Divide both sides by pi. They just basically cancel out, but divide both sides by pi. And now left with the black writing, 4 all over 3 pi r cubed is equal to 4,500. Now, how do I deal with this fraction? I basically cross multiply. So my 3 comes up here. But to understand what we're doing, I want to get rid of this fraction. So I multiply the top by 3. 3 into 3 goes once. That gets rid of the fraction. But it's an equal sign, so I must do the same to the other side, multiply by 3. That's how I get 4 r cubed is equal to 3 times 4,500. I want to get or cubed on its own. So I need to get rid of the 4. How will I get rid of the 4? Divide by 4. 4 into 4 goes once. I'm now left with only or cubed here. But I must do the same to the other side. So again, it's a bit like cross multiply. Bring your 4 down underneath here. And we get 3 bracket 4,500 all over 4. Now, to get or on its own, I need to get the cubed root of or. So if I can get the cubed root of or cubed, I should say, the cubed root of or cubed is just going to be or. So I cube root the left-hand side, but I must also cube root the right-hand side. So when I put 3 times 4,500 all over 4, I get 3,375, and get the cubed root of that is 15. I'm not finished the question because they want the surface area of the sphere. So I get my area of the sphere, 4 pi r squared. I sub in, give your answer in terms of pi, so leave pi as pi, or is 15, and we get 900 pi millimeters squared because it is area.